Hello, I'm EG, and this is Crocheting with EG. And in this video, this is just going to be a couple random things. I'm just going to talk about a couple updates and talk about some future videos and you know what's coming up and what I'm working on and all that kind of stuff. And let me just say, if you hear a little fan going, I have a fan over here because it's just so hot. Like literally the other day, the heat index here was 109. We're having like this horrible heat wave, so it's just really hot in here. That's why I'm not wearing my cuffs. I love wearing my cuffs in my videos and when I go out and stuff. But they just make my wrists so hot, especially now with the humidity being so high. Oh, my hair's gonna look like Monica's. But anyway, so this is just gonna be a bunch of random stuff. And my next video after this is gonna be where I reorganized my yarn wall. Instead of just trying to cut down all that footage and edit it and all that stuff, all I did was I just kind of strung it all together into one video. And I mean, it's basically just almost completely uncut, all the footage that I filmed, and it's going to be over 2 hours long. It's already uploaded to YouTube. I just haven't put it as public yet. I'll probably put it as public you know, after this one or whatever. And it's just really long, and like, you know, feel free to skip through if you need to or whatever, if you want to just like get to like the little areas that I do. But I basically just filmed myself reorganizing my yarn wall and making room for all of my hauls recently, especially the big Hobby Lobby clearance haul. So that video is coming. And but I wanted to do a quick update on a couple other random things. But the one thing I wanted to update on is the Pride stuff. You know, I bought all the yarn from Premier to match up the Pride flag colors and stuff, and I'm working on all the Pride stuff, but of course it's not going to be done by the end of Pride, because as I'm filming this, it's near the end of June, and so I'm not going to have everything done by the end of Pride. But like, I don't just celebrate Pride during Pride Month. I celebrate it all year or whatever, so it doesn't really matter. But and it's not like I was going to have it done and like be able to sell like right away, because I'm still working on my website network and, you know, getting all the logistics like I figured out. But I don't know if I should sell stuff on Etsy, or if I should, because I'm going to have my own platform and my own website, if I should sell it using Shopify and, you know, incorporate it into my existing platform. So that seems to be make the most sense if I do that, because you know, I have my I'll be having my own platform to put things on. So I don't know. Like, I still haven't figured out that yet. So even if all the Pride stuff was done, I, you know, wouldn't be ready to sell it yet. But it doesn't matter. It's not like, oh, Pride Month's over, so I'm not going to be selling the stuff until next June. Like, I'm going to be selling it all year. It doesn't matter, because, you know, we don't stop being who we are at the end of June. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just give you like a little glimpse, if I can even put it in the frame, of the little system I set up. And this is really the main thing I wanted to show in the video was like the system I came up with. Or it's just like a shelf, but like it actually has really worked. And if you ever need to like change colors a lot or something, if you're like working on some kind of project and you have to keep like switching back and forth to different colors or whatever, maybe you could do the same kind of thing. This is the shelf that I am using with all of the Pride yarn on it, or the Pride colors, and like that. And then up here there's two more shelves, and this has all the stuff I've made on it. And so like, I just have it on my table, not all the time, but like when I'm working, and I just have it on my table. And like when I'm, you know, making the traditional Pride flag, then I just have like the red here, I just pull it out, and then I put it back after I'm done, and after I switch colors, and then there's like the orange. And so like all of the skeins are already ready to be used, and so I don't have to keep like stacking them up or like keep them. I had them in my Premier box, and I was just like having to pull from it and think, okay, I need these three colors, or like, so now they're all here on this little shelf. And what this shelf is, wait a minute, they're all here, and then I can just like pull from them as I need them and just change colors, and then just like, you know, put the little string back, and that's it. So anyway, when I was hang on. See, like I get so jumped up. I have like three things that I want to say at once, and so I like jump to each one. But because I want to get to that one, but I'm not finished with the first one. So what this shelf is a shoe rack. I bought it at Ollie's. It was $10. Like, it's a little like rickety, but not as rickety as the one that I was going to use. It's stable enough where it's not going to, you know, collapse or anything. The one I bought that was it was the one that gave me the idea in the first place, is this one, and it's already coming apart. This piece of crap. I bought this at Goodwill. I should have known. It was brand new in like a bag or whatever, and it has all these like zigzag things on the side to like add the stability, and it just looked like the perfect kind of shelf to put the skeins on, and it fit perfectly. Every single one of these skeins fit perfectly on here, and I thought, oh, this is a really good idea. And then the first time I sat down on my table and had this there, it started to collapse, like because of how the see, it's just like plastic, and it sort of all the zigzag things. It doesn't create enough stability, like. This is supposed to be a shoe rack, like the little picture or whatever that came with it. It's supposed to be a shoe rack. I cannot imagine somebody using this as a shoe rack, because shoes are heavier than skeins of yarn, and it was collapsing with the weight of like yarn. So I can't imagine putting like, you know, big bulky shoes or whatever on this for a freaking thing, and then having the shoes stay up like it would. See, it just collapsed, or that bent. Of course, I was doing like this, but it wasn't, you know, good. Like what I thought I would use this for, like if I ever did a I'm probably not going to do this, but like those things where you can go to like a farmer's market or like a craft show or like whatever. It would be like a nice display on a table to like put some bookmarks or some scrunchies or like whatever on. But otherwise, it's not worth doing anything with other than that. So I don't even know what I'm going to do with that. See, it's like it's not even level. It's like, I don't know, it's a piece of crap. But I like the idea so much, so I was thinking, I wonder if I could find a shelf to kind of mimic that same sort of thing. And so, what my first idea was, I need to keep watching the timer, because I feel like, oh, this is only going to be, you know, like 10-minute video. This is probably going to be like 30 minutes long. But anyway, so, what my first idea was I was thinking, maybe they have like some plastic shelves at, like in the section at Walmart or whatever, like where you can like storage shelves or whatever, where you can like stack up 2-liter bottles or bottles of water or like whatever, like some of the, because I was thinking of like a wine rack sort of thing, but like, you know, plastic ones that I could, like a skein of yarn would fit perfectly, and they would have like a little a curve thing there where the skein could go in. I was thinking about that first, but I looked on, they had them on Walmart. .com, but they weren't in my store, and so I just went like looking around, and I went into Ollie's, and they had this thing, and I thought, well, this is the perfect kind of thing. It's just the same sort of idea, a shoe rack, but it's more stable. It's not a piece of crap like the one I got at Goodwill. So that's what I got, and so it was only $10, and it's really helpful to do all the pride stuff. So anyway, let me see what else. I guess I could give you like a little glimpse of like some of the pride stuff that I'm making. There's a whole bunch more. A whole bunch more. A whole bunch more things. Other things that I want to do, but I haven't gotten to those yet. But like I'm doing some like bookmarks or whatever, and then I have like the mass market paperbacks, and then the regular trade trade size, and like in all the colors, and they're all crocheting up perfectly, like the colors. I mean the yarn is just like the perfect kind of colors for this, and so I've gotten all the bookmarks done, and then I've done a couple of other things, and like. I just feel like I shouldn't say, but it's not like it's a surprise, but like you know, I don't know what this could be, you know, but it's like, you know, so I'm making this. I put like some dark gray on the underside, because, you know, a slap bracelet, you're not going to see the underside of the slap bracelet. So, you know, like they're turning out really good. I got all of these done, and I'm doing the same sort of thing. I did one with the traditional. Some of them are going to have like some black in between them, but this is just like, see, I need to weave in all the ends too, and this is the string that I have on there. What is it, 9 minutes? Hopefully it's not 19 minutes. No. And I left the string to sew it on, but like some of them are going to be like this, where I have to put black in between them, because I needed to make a list of like how, or like write out how many stitches and rows and stuff, and then I needed to like space out the different colors. So like some of them have like black only the ends and in between. Some of them is just going to be like all the colors and stuff. And so then I'll sew it on the slab bracelet. So I'm also doing some they're going to be like this way, where the colors go that way instead of long ways. And I've only done the traditional ones of that, and but I've done all the regular like long ways slap bracelets, the things like that, and so I've done all of those. But and then I'm gonna do some bags, some like little. I haven't even done like the straps or anything. So like bags like that, and I never really. I never really thought that the lesbian pride flag would be like one of my favorite kind of mixtures of colors, because like it was so like it was kind of frustrating trying to figure out like which colors that were best for the lesbian pride flag. But like I'm really happy with like how these colors are working up, and I never really thought I would like pinks and oranges and stuff, but like the color combinations of this are really nice. I love this the lesbian pride flag. But like I've done all those and everything, and then I have a couple. There's a bunch of other ideas that I'm working on, but this is not going to be done by the end of Pride, and so I wanted to do like a big Pride video, but it's it'll be coming in the future, and you may be like, it's like the middle of August. Why am I watching a Pride video? But like I don't stop celebrating Pride just because June's over. So anyway, so that's like the Pride stuff. I'm going to be doing like the I'm probably not going to have like some tassels or whatever on the end of it, but I'm going to do like some little hangings or whatever, like some banners with my EG stitch and all the pride flags, and I'm going to be doing that. This was just like the original prototype and all that. And the bags, let me just say that. See, I had to remake all the stuff that I wanted to do because this Premier yarn is so nice and so substantial that I can't use my existing numbers. Like if I have existing numbers for like how many rows and how many stitches per row to make a bookmark in a certain size, but like this yarn is so much more substantial than like the usual stuff that I use, that I had to like remake the stuff and like make all these prototypes with just like some of the extra skeins of the solids that I have, and just to like figure out what the new numbers are going to be for this nicer yarn. So I have like stuff like this I don't really know what to do with. I guess I'll turn it into just regular bookmarks, just sort of generic colors in the future, or like a keychain. I'm gonna be doing some keychains. I haven't done those yet, but I needed to figure out the numbers for those. Or like this is what the little drawstring bag. It's not going to be like 2 strings. I'm probably gonna figure out a way to bring them together, and they're not going to be as long, but I figured out how to do the drawstring a better way, and so that's what those are going to be, the drawstring bags. And there's a whole thing that like to make these extra special for Pride, but I'm not going to say that yet. I'll say that in the video once it's all done. That's a really good idea, and but whatever. And so I have like all these prototypes, even like the slap bracelets and stuff. I have this like gray slap bracelet, and a couple other things that I don't know if I'm gonna have enough yarn to make, because I'm using the yarn, and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough yarn to do like every single thing I wanted to do, but maybe in the future. I was hoping like, see, I just feel like this video is gonna be really long. I heard that Premier was going to do some big blowout sale or whatever, and so I had like all of these colors. I wasn't going to, unless they were like really cheap, I wasn't going to buy any yarn, but I went ahead and put all these colors in my shopping cart just in case when the sale happened that these were going to be discounted. But it seemed like every other skein on their website besides their basics were discounted. Even the DK was discounted, but these didn't go down at all, so I didn't buy any more. But I was thinking about like ahead in the future, like if they were gonna go down like 30% or something. I thought maybe I could take advantage of this opportunity to get it on sale, but it didn't affect any of the basics or whatever. So I mean like the regular like medium 4 basics. So I didn't buy any, but I have plenty, but I just don't know if I have enough to make every single thing that I want to make. But I can always buy more in the future. So anyway, I think that's all that. No. and like I went through my beads to make all the pride stuff. I figured out they're not going to be exact. They're going to be like close enough, and some of them, like the tassels, like this is the original pride bookmark I made myself years ago. It was like last year. And so it's going to have, like, you know, the tassels with the beads or whatever, and like the embroidery floss. I haven't matched up the embroidery floss yet. I need to do that. I have a big bag of that. But I did go through all of my beads and tried to match up, like, you know, see, this is the lesbian pride colors, and it's like the traditional pride flag, and like the bi pride, and like all. I tried to like match up as many of them as I could with what beads I had, and so they're going to be close enough. I mean, nobody's going to buy it and think, I wish that purple was better, or like it's like they're gonna like it. And then the pony beads, because I'm thinking about the drawstring, how it would be hard to put like one strand of yarn through some of these nicer beads, let alone like a drawstring. So I feel like I have to use pony beads. I do have some of these. They seem like, I just don't. I'm not crazy about pony beads because they just feel like, you know, kids beads. You know, they're not really nice and like the nice beads like I like. But I just kind of strung them on here. But like I went through my beads, and sometimes some of the beads they're going to be like for the this is the lesbian right here. I'm gonna have to use just like the same orange twice instead, because I don't have like a dark orange and a light orange, or, you know, they're not going to be exact, but they're going to be close enough. So I went through my pony beads and found like all the pride colors as best I could, and so, you know, they're not going to match perfectly or whatever, but I do have like the all the beads, and I can make a couple other things with that where I can actually string them on yarn instead of like the embroidery floss. So I did go through, and so I did sort out all my beads, which was kind of a pain. I think about how my grandma used to have her beads, and she had like, of course hers weren't really organized either. She had the stuff to organize them, but hers weren't very organized either. But she was like into crafting. She didn't like crochet or anything, but that's a whole other story. But I wish it was easier to sort through my beads or whatever. But it was a job. It was just kind of a pain. So I did sort out my beads, and so I have those for the pride stuff. So anyway, I did come up with this onto the next random thing. I did create this design. This is just like a funny joke in my head. I thought it'd be funny. I'd like to put on a shirt sometime in the future, but like I went ahead and did it. I came out of the closet because I needed it for yarn, because I thought that was kind of funny. And so I did this, like, I drew this sort of abstract skein thing, and the skein of yarn, and then I digitally colored it. And so like if you look at it really, it's sort of abstract, but like if you really look at it, the pride colors are there in like most of the pride flags, in sort of an abstract way, not, you know, directly like, you know, perfect stripes or anything, but like if you look at it and you look at the design, it's better, you can see it better on the computer, on my community tab, but you can see like there's like the traditional pride flag colors there, or like the lesbian there, or like the trans there, or, you know, you can see all the pride flag colors if you really look, and I know that the skein is a little like it's puffed out a little bit too much or whatever, but, you know, it's you know, it's just a random design, like a funny design, and I intentionally made the first line kind of like a little cockeyed, little, because, you know, we're not straight or anything, and so like the first line should be just a little off, a little, you know, uneven, and a little, you know, unstraight, you know what I'm saying? And so I made it kind of like that, and you know, use the font that I use or whatever. And then on the back it has my crocheting with EG logo that I use at the beginning of my videos, and it has my domain underneath it. Just have it back there. But so I have this shirt. I can put the link down below if you want to buy one or whatever. It's on Zazzle. It's Zazzle is a manufacturer-on-demand company where I'm going to be putting my designs, because I crochet, but I'm also like a graphic designer, and I'm a writer mainly, but like also dabble in graphic design. I've done all kinds of, you know, logos and stuff, and I'm design things for people, and yeah, I'm a graphic designer too. So most of my designs are going to be going on things on Zazzle, because I don't have like a lot of money to, you know, have like buy, you know, a stock of 500 shirts and then, you know, sell them myself. So the best thing that I can do is like put them on Zazzle, because it doesn't cost me anything, and then you buy one, and then, you know, you pay it's a little bit more expensive because it has to be made, and then, you know, I'm not out any money, you know, buying like a bunch of stuff to sell myself personally. 19 minutes, hang on. But that's why I sell on like manufacture on demand, because it's the best thing for artists and creators and stuff that want to create products or whatever, but they don't have the initial amount of money to like buy a bunch of stock or whatever to, you know, keep and sell directly to people. And so that's why I'm going to be putting it on Zazzle. And I didn't wear it in this video. I'm going to wear it in my future Pride video, but you know, it fits perfectly. It's a really nice shirt. It's a 5X. They didn't have any of the 6X in stock, but that's one of the good things about Zazzle is you can put a design on shirts and stuff, and they actually have big sizes, you know, for big, you know, fat asses like me. I love that they have, like, you know, 6X is an option, because most, or no, it's in a future video. I went off on this tangent in a future video. I'm complaining about how you can never find like the really cool shirts in stores in any sizes bigger than 2X. You know, so that it's in a future video, maybe, because I went off on another tangent with the whole Mad TV tongue twisters thing. You know, Professor Lee can never really pass it back, and I clipped that out and put it as a video. And I'm sorry, that was my recent video, or whatever. It has nothing to do with crochet, but I just thought it was like a funny moment. But it didn't really belong in my video, and so I may cut it out of my future video. I don't know, because it's like a yarn haul video, and I started to talk about, you know, the tongue twister I learned from Mad TV. So that's why that video exists. I don't know, but so. And like, see, I don't even know why I mentioned it now, because I'm like, I went off on a tangent. Now I'm like, why? Or from where? Where did I go? Where how did I get there? But anyway, so this shirt. How did I go from this shirt to Professor Lee can have Philly pass me? I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me. So anyway, the whole manufacture on demand thing. Who cares at this point? So. Anyway, so the Pride video will be coming in the future. I've probably already said that. I have no idea. And then I'll be wearing the shirt in the video and show off the makes and everything. So I think that's all the stuff about the Pride. Let me see. I could pause it. I could reach up there. I was putting all this stuff away while I was on pause, and I wanted to show, like, this is what the slap bracelet looks like without the crochet on it. It's just like they have. What I should have done is got them in black, because when you stretch, this is the slap bracelet I usually or I've been wearing in my videos. Like, you can barely, you can't even really see the white, but if you sometimes the light will hit it, and then you can see a little bit of the white through the crochet, just because, you know, when you crochet, there's like the empty spaces, or like the little holes or whatever, and when you have to stretch it around a slap bracelet, sometimes you can see the white through it. I should have gotten black, but I think they were a little bit more expensive when I was looking at these, but the white ones were cheaper at the time, so I got a bunch of white ones. And is this 2 of them? Yeah, the only thing is they kind of stick together a little bit. It must be like the static, but this is what the slap bracelet looks like, just like a plain white thing. I got them on Amazon, and you can I guess color on them or whatever, like you give them out at a kid's party and they can, like, you know, color on them or whatever, and so it's just like the base of the slap bracelet. So that's what that looks like. But anyway, I still don't know what I was talking about, how I got off on whatever it was I was talking about. Anyway, maybe it'll come to me as I'm editing the video, which I'm going to have to do. I thought I was just going to sit down and talk for 10 minutes. Oh, this is a really quick video. Thanks for watching. That's it. And then, but it turns into this big, long, involved video. But whatever. And so, what this bag is, I'll talk about that. I bought a skein of yarn from Michael's, and so it's like a little mini yarn haul. It's only one skein, and it doesn't matter. All it is the Loops and Threads Charisma, and it's in the black colorway. Because this hat turned out so nice, which I haven't even shown in it. I show it in my next video. Damn it! I mean, darn it. Or no, I can say damn it, because I say, you know, I love this yarn, comment damn it all the time. But I mentioned this in a video, and Shell from the Shell Chronicles, I called you out. I mean, crap. I gave you a shout out. I keep saying that too. I keep saying, oh, I need to call out all my subscribers. And then I had to, and then I realized later that, what I mean is I need to give like a shout out to my subscribers or my commenters or whatever. It just, I don't know. I'm a writer, but so it doesn't really like I focus on the meaning of words, and it just doesn't make sense to me because I'm not like immersed in like because I don't have a smartphone even. I'm not really into social media. I'm not really immersed in like the lingo of the cool kids or whatever. The I don't even know like the cool word to call people. I'm not really immersed in like the vernacular of like the cool kids or whatever. I'm gonna be 40 next month, so I'm not really. In my head, it sounds like if you're calling out somebody, it's like, you know, you're calling out to them. You're saying their name. You're calling their name out. And then like shouting out someone, it just sounds like shouting is like you know, yelling. That just seems like. That seems more aggressive than calling somebody out. But I guess in like, you know, YouTube and on social media and stuff, to like call out somebody is like I'm calling you out like in some aggressive way, and then giving a shout out is like, hey, I'm shouting you out. It seems backwards in my head. So that's why I keep saying like I need to call out some of my subscribers or call out my commenters or whatever. I mean shout out. So I don't know. I'm probably always going to confuse those two. I'm going to have to keep saying, oh, I mean shout out. But whatever, because it just doesn't sound right in my head. But anyway, so this is the hat that I made, and I'm going to be talking, or like I'll talk about it in a future video, or like not my next video because it's going to be my organization video, but probably the one after that. And I did give you a shout out, Shell from the Shell Chronicles, who I love, and so I guess I'm giving you a second shout out. You know, I'm giving you a proper shout out after calling you out in the next video. No, I gave you a shout out in the next video. I just called it a call out or a call. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying. I'm such a dork. So anyway, so this is like this hat that I made out of this chunky yarn. It was the Loops and Threads Charisma, and it was the Northern Lights colorway that I saw Michael the Crafty Crocheter show in his video, and so that's why. And I had already showed in a haul video, so I made a hat out of it, and like this beanie, and it turned out so nice or whatever. And I thought it would be nice to get like this Loops and Threads Charisma in black. Because like it's the perfect amount for this hat, and so I wanted to make one in black. Like I didn't want to. I was waiting for like a voucher or a coupon or something. But anyway, so I went to Michael's just to see if because I'd heard that some of the Big Twist. I can't remember exactly which brands of Big Twist, or I mean which lines of Big Twist were going to end up in Michael's because of the whole Michael's buying Joann's intellectual property stuff. I knew that like some of the Joann yarn was starting to end up in Michael's. I didn't realize that they're rebranding it as Loops and Threads, because I was like, I went in there looking for Big Twist, and so I didn't see anything and whatever. And I guess like some of the Big Twist Posh is being labeled as Loops and Threads something or other, and I never really used all that kind of posh blanket looking yarn or whatever, so I just kind of glanced over it, and I think it might be in my store already. I have no idea, but so I went in there looking for that, and as I was like walking in the door, I wanted to go into Michael's over that weekend, whenever it was. It was like, you know, last week. I went over there on Sunday, but they were closed, and like I've never really paid attention to the hours of my Michaels, and I didn't really know what time they closed on a Sunday, and so I went over there and they were closed, and I was thinking, oh, you know, crap, and so I didn't get to go into Michael's, and so then the next it was like either Monday or Tuesday or whatever. I went over there, and this just a really nice woman that works over there, and like everybody in that store is just so nice. I just hate that, like how disappointing it is walking in Michael's and the how small the yarn section is and stuff, because I love the people in there. They're so nice. And there's this woman in there, and she's just, God, every single time I go in there, she's just so like cool and nice or whatever. And so she was standing outside or whatever, and she was saying, oh, I was hoping that I'd run into you because did you hear our hours have been cut? And so I guess my Michael, because when I went over there on Sunday, I noticed that like there was a sign on the door, like a little piece of paper that was taped there, saying like the hours, and I thought, oh, they must have like changed their hours. It didn't click in my head that, oh, they reduced the hours. And so the store, she said that the store is opening an hour later and closing an hour early, and so they're basically like cutting 2 hours a day, and so I felt like saying, that doesn't sound good. I mean, I told her, oh, that's not good, and but like in my head I was thinking that's really not good, because that sounds like, you know, beginning of the end kind of thing. I'm hoping that I'm wrong. I'm hoping that like with this whole Joann thing, you know, buying the Joann Big Twist yarn and like their other I know that it's not just yarn that they're going to be putting in the Michaels stores and stuff. And then there was a guy that was working in there who's nice too. They're also nice. And he said that I don't know if you're interested in this, but I hear that we're going to be getting the fabric from Joanne in August. And so I thought in my head later on when I was thinking about, like, you know, is this the beginning of the end of my Michaels? Well, at least they're going to be open through August because they're apparently going to get some fabric in. I'm not really interested in like the fabric, but yeah, that's good to know. And I said, well, hopefully they'll get some of the yarn in too, because you know at the time I didn't realize that, you know, they might have already gotten some of it in, but I have no idea. But it was just kind of like so depressing. You think that you know that they're cutting their hours and stuff, and I mean, but at the same time, it's not really that much of a shock because it's so disappointing going in there. And then my Michaels is like within walking distance of like a hop. That's a stupid thing to say. Like, you know, California is within walking distance of Maine if you have like a couple weeks. So, of course, everything in the United States is within walking distance of each other. But like, I'm talking about, you know, you can like walk from my Michaels to I've never done that before. Yeah, right. But if you like leave Michaels, you can walk to the Hobby Lobby in my town in less than 15 minutes. It's like that close. So they moved there. They took a former Dick's building and split it in half and put Michael's in one half. So they kind of doomed themselves already, putting a Michael's store so close to Hobby Lobby and in sort of a half store, and like I jokingly say, you know, it's like a micro version of Michael's, and they've never had fabric. That the yarn has always been really a small section, and they just have so many picture frames and stuff back there, and just like I just feel like it could be so much better, and it's really I'm just hoping that, you know, maybe it's a seasonal thing, and they're just, you know, they're cutting hours because of something, or maybe the economy and you know, the tariffs, or like, or I'm like making so many excuses in my head, thinking, you know, maybe it's like a stock issue, or maybe it's I don't know. It feels like, damn it, it could be you know, the beginning of the end of my Michaels, and I was really hoping that I've been buying all kinds of yarn in there and stuff. You know, when I could find it or whatever, and using vouchers, I was hoping that it would be able to stay open. I don't know. I'm not, you know, I'm not saying it's like, you know, going to be closing next month. I'm just saying it doesn't sound like a good thing for them to be cutting hours. So I don't know. I'm hoping that it's, you know, just a random thing, that maybe it's like a staffing issue. They don't have enough people, or like I don't know. But anyway, so after she said that, and I was just thinking, God, you know, I don't want to lose this place just because of the people, you know, and the hope that I'm like, you know, just clinging to, that it's gonna, you know, be better one day. You know, I wanted to, you know, go in there and, you know, buy something, because I didn't want to like walk out and, you know, walk past her and then, you know, have nothing in my hand. So I was thinking about that hat, how nice it turned out, and so I got a skein of that Loops and Threads Charisma in black. So and I paid full price for it, $5 for this, I think, $5 or $6, or it might have been $4.99, I can't remember, but I did buy this. So, you know, yarn haul, but it's I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna turn it into the perfect kind of hat. So, and it's gonna be in black, but anyway, so I got that, and so that's sort of a random thing. And then speaking, going off onto another thing, this yarn that I bought my niece, this Bernat blanket that I got from Ollie's, and it was $4.99 in Ollie's. This is just like another complaint about Goodwill and their ridiculous prices. Because in my last video, before the whole Mad TV ridiculous video that I posted, it was the big Goodwill haul. It was like shocking that I found a big bag of really nice yarn at Goodwill, and then, you know, the next time I went in there, or one of the next times, it was back to the same kind of thing. They had 2 skeins of this, you know, it's priced individually on the shelves, priced at $5.99. Like, it's old yarn. I mean, it still had the label on it. It didn't look like it was pulled out, or like it was, you know, but still, it's old to them. Like, you know, somebody had it, and then it ended up in Goodwill, and they were giving it was given to them for free, and then they were selling it for $5.99. When I thought, I have that exact skein that I just bought a couple weeks ago at Ollie's for $4.99, and they're selling it for $6 in Goodwill. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what's so frustrating about Goodwill. I mean, it's irritating. And then there was, as I was walking in there, this woman was walking there with her daughter, and or who I'm assuming is her daughter, might have just been like her friend, but her daughter said, oh, there's some yarn over here. And then her mom said, no, no, not that. It's $6. And like every single person that, you know, sees the yarn, like she might have been like a really crafty, interested, you know, yarn person, you know, crocheter, knitter, or whatever. Even she recognized how ridiculous the price was in Goodwill. So it's not like, oh, I'm the only one that's like complaining about it because I'm like a deal finder. I'm like a cheap person. And you know, it's because I'm so cheap. And no, everybody that is been like, I've had people like walk up to me randomly and just start talking about how, you know, ridiculous these prices are. And when I was growing up, the prices were this, and can you believe that they're charging these? They're pricing themselves out of business. They're like, what? Just randomly, like everybody's complaining about it. It's irritating. I mean, whatever. I know that they're just like they're a charity. They're trying to help people, whatever. But $6 for this when you can get it for $5 at Ollie's. Still, they still have some of this at Ollie's. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're looking online thinking, oh, this is worth $10, so we'll just put $6 on it. But they need to look a little bit further than that and realize that that you can't buy this for $10 anymore, I don't think, because they all ended up in Ollie's because, you know, people weren't buying it in the first place, and so it ended up half off somewhere, so it should be less than $5. You know what I'm saying? Just see, I feel like I'm getting, I feel like I'm going to be turning 40 because I'm just like, you know, can you believe they were $1 more than Ollie? I just feel like all I'm doing is complaining about, you know, prices and, you know, and talking about coupons and everything else and finding deals and, you know, just complaining about like a penny here and a penny there. Or it's $1. That's a lot. Anyway, so that's just like a completely random thing. But anyway, let's see. I think that's about all the blanket yarn. I said all that, and the other skeins. Oh no, the other skeins. Going back to the whole Goodwill thing, they is it okay? 19 minutes again. Jeez. But the whole other skeins thing is when I went into Goodwill, one of the times it was like one of the times when I saw this kind of yarn. They had a couple other skeins in these like little like sandwich bags or whatever, and they were or like, you know, Ziploc bags. And one of them had 2 skeins of wool, which I don't really like because of how it, I just don't like the feel of it with my hands. And then there was another, like, it looked like chunky yarn, except it was like multicolored, like a chunk of that in there. It wasn't even like wrapped up in a ball. It just seemed like they just had a big chunk of it and just threw it in there. And then like a skein of like furry yarn, and that was like $6. And then they had a bag with 2 cakes in it that didn't have any label. They were like these little tiny cakes. One of them looked like some of it was gone, and one of them looked like cotton, and that was in there, and that was for like, I think $3, but like, you know, so it was an okay price. But like, when you think about how much yarn I got in that big haul when I had that big bag from Goodwill for $15, that it wasn't a good price for that yarn. When like half the cake was gone, and the other, they're like those little tiny cakes. Remind you of those sugar wheel from Hobby Lobby, like those little tiny cakes of yarn, and so. It just wasn't a good price or whatever, and so that was just like a completely random thing. And then talk about the whole Michaels thing and all that, and then I guess that's sort of about, or no, my niece came back over here, and so I taught her how to make a scrunchie. She didn't do multiple triple crochets in each stitch. She only did one, and so because she was just like kind of messing around or whatever, but she made her first scrunchie or whatever, so that was kind of like a big deal. And if I can think about it, if I have to edit this video, I guess I can put a little picture of it in of her little scrunchie or whatever. And but she, you know, she felt really proud of herself, and she was making it for like one of her cousins or something, because, you know, she was, you know, on that tablet or whatever talking to the girl, and she was just like so excited because that girl was just like like in shock or whatever, because like I basically like told her how to do it and showed her a couple stitches or whatever, and then she just sat over there and made it, and she did it. I mean, it's a little it's not perfect or whatever. It's like her very first one and everything, and she didn't do 3 triple crochets. She just did 1, and so it's more of like a circle sort of thing, and it's not, it doesn't have like all the curls and waves and stuff like they're supposed to have, but it's a perfectly good scrunchie or whatever, and she was really proud of herself, and she loved that the girl liked it and everything, so her cousin, and so yeah, so that was a good thing. And then oh, the whole Hobby Lobby thing, there weren't just a little update, of course, no, I'll say it in my next video, because the organization video where I organized my yarn wall again, I filmed it, a couple weeks ago, or like 2 or 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. And so, but I mentioned that there was a cart in there that had, in Hobby Lobby, that had some skeins of yarn that I thought they were going to discount. That I never did come. I mean, I came across it a couple of times, but they never. All of a sudden, one time I went in there and it was gone, and they never put them out, or if they did, somebody bought them. But so I never got those. But anyway, and let me write this down, okay, so I don't forget that. Okay, so that's basically it. And so like the next few videos, I know this is all over the place and stuff, and way longer than I thought it was going to be. It shouldn't have been this long, but you know how I am. You're lucky this isn't like 4 hours long. So anyway, my upcoming videos are the next video is going to be where I reorganize my yarn wall, and like I said, it's really long. It took like 24 hours to upload. I feel like I need to get a better high-speed internet or something, because it shouldn't take that long. Like my videos aren't even HD, and it takes like 24 hours to upload a 2-hour video or something. It's just ridiculous. And so anyway, so my next video will be my reorganize my yarn wall. So that's gonna be like really long, and but you get to see the whole process if you want to watch the whole thing. And then the haul video that where that Mad TV joke came from. I don't know if I'll leave that in the video and just like let it run, or if I feel like I extracted that out and put it on YouTube anyway, and I don't need to put it in there twice. But I don't know. I might just like put it in there and just like have it be in the haul video too. But I do have that video where I did a couple random yarn hauls and stuff. Mainly, some of them are mainly for my niece. And then I did film a video. I don't know when these are coming out. I'm just saying what I've filmed. I did film a video where I reflected on the first Hobby Lobby clearance from last year, 2024. This is the first time I went to a Hobby Lobby clearance, because I didn't crochet before that. I started to crochet last year, so I did buy some, not as much. I think I bought like 30 skeins or 33 skeins or whatever last year, which was like was a lot at the time, but compared to like what I have now and what I bought this recent Hobby Lobby clearance, it wasn't very much at all. But I do still have some of that left. I filmed a video where I reflected on that, and I'm talked about like what I made from the yarn that I bought last year, and what yarn I still have, and what my ideas for that yarn is, and what I'm planning to make with the rest of that yarn. So I did do that video, and I don't know when that's coming out. And then I did do a video where I showed I actually used that Uber Luxe and on something, and something that I could be happy with. It's not perfect or whatever, but I actually did use that Uber Luxe, so spoiler alert. And so I did film that, what I made with that Uber Luxe, and so that video is coming in the future, along with a bunch of other ones that I have ideas for. But like I'm talking about like the ones that I've already filmed, and I just need to edit and make the thumbnails for and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so there's this video whenever this is coming out. I guess a couple days or no. Stupid. This video that you're watching right now is going to be coming out in a couple of days. I feel like in our old home movies and stuff, there's like when we first got our camera. It's a completely random tangent. I might as well just throw it in because it's video's long anyway. But I cherish our old home movies because of how many people we've lost in our lives, and my dad dying of cancer, my sister died of pneumonia of all things, and I've lost aunts and uncles and all my grandparents and stuff, and so like our home movies, we just love them. We cherish them. They're just like our most prized possession. And but when we first got our first camera, there's a couple times where like my dad's like saying hey, this video's in the mail, and or some of the surprises that we were gonna give my grandparents, because my grandparents are the ones that gave us our first video camera, and like one of the things was this thing of bolt cutters or what, like, oh, it's in the mail. But like then like years later, when we were watching our home movies, I was thinking, if they got the video, they probably got the bolt cutter. So they're watching the video that supposedly, like, he's saying, oh, it's in the mail, but they're already watching it. So I feel like that, where oh, this video is gonna be my next one, but like if you're watching it, then it's already out there. You know what I'm saying? Just reminding me of my dad. But whatever. And so I do have some videos that I've already filmed, and then I have tons of video ideas and stuff. I need to show like everything my mom crocheted and throw in her cross stitching or whatever. And I want to film a video. Shell at the Shell Chronicle, she just celebrated her podiversary, you know, POD, like, you know, I guess that means like podcast or whatever. Her the anniversary of her first year of being on YouTube. You know, congratulations. I sent her a little message or whatever. I missed her live video, but I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, when was the first time I started on YouTube? And like, I don't know when to, like, if I have like a podiversary or like an anniversary of the first year, or the yearly anniversary of like when I'm on YouTube. I don't know when to really celebrate it, because this is sort of like the second time I've been on YouTube. The first time was just a total or it wasn't a disaster, like, as far as the videos go. I'm still really proud of those videos, but like it was a disaster as far as, like, you know, it didn't get any traction at all and hardly any views or whatever. So it just sort of felt like what's the right word? Not a disaster or a disappointment, or it was a disaster as far as the algorithm goes, and disappointing to me. But like it wasn't successful, and so it didn't really take off. And so, like, I don't know if I should if I do any kind of celebrating or whatever, of like some kind of milestone. Should I celebrate from the first time I was on YouTube, or should I celebrate from the second time when I started to upload YouTube videos? Like, I don't know, because like August 5th is when I posted my very first YouTube video last year. And so I know in some of my videos I say like, oh, I was on YouTube I was on YouTube for years. It felt like years, but it sort of feels like the same sort of thing where I've done so much in the past year, it feels like a lot longer. So like when I say like, oh, I've been crocheting for years, or like and I have to correct myself and say, oh no, it's only been like a year, or like it sort of feels like that, like I've been on YouTube for years. But I was on YouTube, I started last year, August 5th. And so, I don't know, it felt like longer because I was posting videos every single day. I had like an initial 57 videos, like daily videos, because of like EG57 thing. And then I did some other videos too, and I just did so many videos on YouTube, it felt like it was longer. But so, should I say, oh, August 5th, or should I, celebrate from the time when I started to upload the second time? Or should I celebrate like from when my video started to take off and all this craziness happened and I started to get all kinds of views and subscribers and all that kind of stuff? I have no idea. But what I want to do, like maybe around August 5th, is like at least make a video where I reflect on the first time I was on YouTube. But I could put little clips in there because some of it was about crochet and yarn and stuff, but a lot of it was just about like trying to define myself as a creative person and try to like give people, because it was all supposed to be a lead up to like my website network opening, but then this stressful thing happened in my life or whatever. I didn't get to launch my website network then, but it's just supposed to be like these videos leading up to that, and to sort of introduce myself as a creative person and to show like all the things that I'm interested in, and like all the creative interests that I have in my life, and like crochet was just going to be one aspect of it, and like my channel, maybe the reason why it has not taken off, like went viral. Maybe one of the reasons why it has been successful recently is because I've been like super focused on the whole crochet thing. I like almost felt a little leery of putting out the Mad TV thing because it was kind of like off brand of the channel, but like I've been so focused on the crochet stuff, even though it's like only one interest in my life. I'm a writer. I do all kinds of creative interests. I'm a graphic designer, and I have a website network that I'm working on. All kinds of blog posts and interests, and I collect physical media, and I love DVDs and stuff. Obviously I love television and movies because I keep quoting them every freaking video, and like I have all kinds of creative interests and stuff, and outside of the crochet, but I decided to focus in on the crochet on this channel this time, and that seemed to have helped, and helped the algorithm or whatever find the right people to watch my videos or whatever. But like I'm more than a crochet or whatever, and so and you'll see that in my website network. I'm not going to put everything out on this channel, but like that's what I wanted to do then, because I thought, like, as much as I didn't want to admit it to myself, that most people watch the videos for, like, you sort of become like the the focus of your channel. Like I like to think, oh well, people watch my videos because of the crochet, because of the yarn, but like I hate to admit that like a lot of people are drawn to YouTube videos and creators and stuff and follow everything they do because of like who they are, and it just feels like really narcissistic of me to think of that. Like, you know, people might be watching my videos for the crochet, of course, because they're interested in crochet and everything, but like also there's like an aspect of it is like they're, somebody even called me like magnetic, like my personality or whatever. I thought like, did they mistakenly say magnetic and they meant like enigmatic? Like they're trying to, they're so confused because they're trying to figure out like, you know, why the hell I have all these like subscribers and stuff, because like I'm all over the place and they're trying to figure me out because they have no idea who what I'm about. But I know that there's an aspect of like, you know, why you follow people, it's sort of about the person too, and I never really wanted to admit that to myself, but so I was, when I realized that, I kind of thought like maybe my channel can be about like all of my creative interests, because people will, you know, watch my channel even though I'm like talking about other things they may not be interested in because they're like drawn to me. But then I didn't want to admit that to myself, and so but that's what my channel was originally. It was like I'm gonna be like every single one of my interests, but I put too many videos out there at the beginning, and I didn't give the algorithm enough time to like find the audience or whatever, and nobody knew what I was about, like the one thing I was about. So that it just, you know, didn't work. And so now that I focus on the crochet, I seem to have found like, you know, people that like my videos or whatever, and apparently like my, you know, scatterbrain all over the place ass, but whatever. It's weird to think about. But anyway, because people say such nice things in the comments, and I'm just thinking, really, did you mean to post out another video of like some other person? They don't feel like they're things to me. It's sort of, I don't know. I've never been the one to like accept compliments or whatever, and it makes me uncomfortable and stuff. And but apparently people do like my videos, and I'm one of the reasons why. And it's weird to even admit that, but whatever. But I do have all these videos that I had posted years ago. See, like, even in my I just said it a few minutes ago that it was only last year, but like it feels like it's years ago because it was so much. I've done so much in the past year. It was only last year. So I don't know. I have all these videos from that period, and so I feel like maybe in the future, like, you know, around August something or other, I want to do a video where I kind of reflect on the year, like the very first time I was on YouTube, and I can add little clips in. It's going to be a nightmare to edit because it was, like I said in my videos, and I have to keep stopping myself from cussing. In my previous videos, it was F-bomb every other word. I mean, it was just like every cuss word you can think of practically, and so I don't know, I'll have to like extract the clips out, and then and it wasn't even like I was, you know, I was actually calling somebody out. I was just like, you know, and you know, this was like, you know, effing $3 and like they get this effing S for free. Like it was like, I don't know, it was just, it's about like casual stuff, like and I love this because it's really effing like it was just like I'm a casual cusser in my everyday life. I cuss all the time, and that's just how I am. And so and that's how the videos were, and that might have been another reason why my channel didn't do very well, because the algorithm like didn't want to push out you know, this, you know, filthy mouth guy that was just like, it's supposed to be like, oh, are we really going to push like all these crochet videos out to these, you know, really nice people that crochet, and knowing that, you know, they have to like, you know, they don't even put like the cuss words in the closed captioning, I don't think. Are we really going to push all these videos out to these people that we know aren't going to be interested because of all the profanity? So I have no idea, but so I want to reflect on that and put clips in there, at least the crochet stuff. I may talk a little bit about all the other videos too, so you may not be interested in that kind of stuff, but I will try to focus that video on the crochet videos that I did, and then I'll also talk a little bit about all of my other interests that, you know, you'll see in my videos, and you can just kind of skip through that if you don't want to hear about all that. But if you actually are here just for the crochet and yarn and stuff, and you don't really care about me as a person, but you know what I'm saying. And I'll do that, but I'll have to edit out the cuss words or whatever. I shouldn't, but you know, okay. I was just like looking at the time, thinking, how long is this video going to be? and probably nobody's watching at this point. So anyway, it's weird and bizarre to me. Since I'm sort of talking about like the state of my channel and like, you know, upcoming videos, I don't mind talking about this in this video. But it's weird of me to think that I'm sort of nearing like the level of like where I can, you know, put in to try to be monetized or try to get monetized. Because as I'm filming this, I know that it changes a lot, and used to be you had to have more subscribers and more watch time than this. But as I'm filming this, the two criteria are you have to have 500 subscribers and you have to have 3,000 hours of watch time. And so I have 729 or whatever the last I checked subscribers. So I've exceeded that, which is, you know, insane to think of. And then the watch hours, I'm up to like 2,300 and something or whatever. And so it's insane that I feel like if I put out a couple more videos and they do as well as the recent ones, I could probably be monetized in the future. That's just, I never thought I would reach that level just because of how my videos just weren't doing well at all. So that's just a crazy idea to think of. But, you know, it's actually possible. I'm like seeing that it's actually possible, and like those numbers are like like a couple days behind, like 5 or 6 days behind. And I know that like I posted a video since I checked that number, and it's gotten like over 100 hours of watch time. And so I know that like it's even bigger than that. So I don't know, but I just feel like it's crazy that like my videos and my channel could be monetized. So I don't know. That's just like a weird thing to think about. But anyway, so then also think about that. It makes me kind of leery of like, should I put out this video around August, or it'd be like after August 5th, I'm sure, where I show clips from my first time on YouTube, because like that's all I would need to do is like, oh, reach the level, oh wait, I've hit 3,000, and then I you know, I contact YouTube, and then they tell me that, oh yeah, well you're monetized now, and then all of a sudden I put out this video and I'm like F-bomb every other word, and then I get demonetized. Like that would be my luck. I put in all this effort and stuff, and you know, shockingly get monetized, and then boom, it's like, oh, you know, you're demonetized because, you know, you said the F word like 497 times in your most recent video. And so you know what I'm saying. So I don't know, now I have to start thinking about that, because, you know, it was never really like in my head. I even mentioned it in some of my old videos, like I'm never going to be the type of person to get monetized. I said that, like, you know, over and over again. But like it sort of feels like I'm nearing that level, and it's just like I'm having to, like, you know, stop myself from cussing, or like, you know, think about those kind of things, because, you know, people do get demonetized for stuff like that. And so I don't know, I think no, I've seen some creators that, you know, use profanity and stuff, and they're obviously monetized. They have, you know, thousands of subscribers and stuff, way more than I'm ever going to have, and you know, or millions of subscribers and thousands of views. So I don't know. I don't really know how all this works. I've been on YouTube for almost a year, and I still don't know how it all works. But anyway, I'm just trying to I'm just posting videos about crochet and stuff, and you know, just trying to see if that works, and just being shocked that, oh, that this video got me 38 more subscribers. What the hell? So I don't know. I'm still just kind of like new at this, and I don't really know how to navigate all this stuff, or even to know how to do all this or whatever. But I'm just, hopefully you're enjoying the, obviously people are enjoying this stuff and watching the videos and comments. I love all the comments, and I love all the support I'm getting from people, even though I don't really understand why. I don't understand why my channel has taken off. I don't understand how or why you like my videos, or like why you're giving me all these compliments or whatever. I feel like I'm a total mess, and I'm just not, you know, worthy of all these comments and support and stuff. But, you know, I'm really appreciative and stuff, even though I don't really fully understand all this stuff. But anyway, so that's enough for this video. This is my battery light's blinking anyway. So that's enough for this video. I'm sorry that this was way longer than I meant it to be. I thought I'll have, like, you know, a couple minutes. I can, like, film a quick little video and put it up there, and, you know, before my next video. Now I feel like this video is going to be so long that should I wait to, like, I have to start thinking. I'm sort of like leery of putting out videos, because I'm thinking 19 minutes, hang on. Part of me feels like should I, if I put out this video in the next few days, should I wait to put out my organization video, because, like, I want this video to do well, and then I want it to gain traction, but I don't want YouTube to think, oh well, he put out another video, so we'll push that one out. We'll stop pushing out the other one. Like, I don't know how to do that. I know some people post multiple videos a week, but I don't know if like if I put out a new video, if I put out my organization video, if it doesn't get or if it tanks this one because I put it out like within 3 days or whatever of this one coming out. And so like I don't know. I'm still like working on that kind of stuff. That's why my videos aren't on any kind of schedule. I know some people are like, okay, I'll see you on Tuesday when my next video is, because I post videos on Tuesdays and Saturdays, or like I post videos, you know, Mondays and Fridays. Like, I don't know. I don't have like a regular schedule yet of when the videos come out. So I just kind of like make them and put them out, and it's just more indicative of me as a person, not like, you know, trying to navigate YouTube. I just like I think, oh, okay, that video is done, I'll just put it out. Like I don't really think much about it. Maybe I should from now on, if I although it seems to be working otherwise, even though I'm not really thinking about it. So I don't know, maybe I should just like, I shouldn't focus on the numbers and then, you know, the whole possibility of being monetized and like watch hours. That's what, you know, bogged me down last time. Although it was because they were like 0. So that's what like bothered me about that. But like I don't want to get so obsessed with the numbers and stuff. I just need to like enjoy this and for however long it lasts or whatever, and enjoy crocheting and stuff and making the videos and enjoying reading your comments and stuff, and that should be enough. And I shouldn't worry about all the numbers and stuff and subscribers, and it freaks me out just looking at the numbers anyway. In a good way now, but like it's just crazy, this whole experience. But anyway, I better, you know, stop before the camera stops on me. So anyway, that's enough for now. Thank you for watching my ridiculous video, another one of my ridiculous videos. And so like and subscribe, comment down below, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.